Hello, hello, and welcome. We have another Age of Empires forecasted game here. This time we have in the color pink playing as the Holy Roman Empire. It is Gu Ming against his opponent Downfall playing as the Rus in the color of teal. Welcome everybody to another Age of Empires forecasted game. The Rus is gonna change, and I think it's a good change. I don't know what exactly the change it's gonna be, but I think it's better than what we have now. And let me tell you, I don't like the Rus mechanic because I think it's bad game design. I think it's a mechanic that only benefits Rus and doesn't have any reward for the opponent for denying the deer. Like for the Rus, like you are fine with everything because everything is like free, right? But for the opponent, it's like I don't know how many of you guys have got into this situation where like you need to deny the Rus and the Rus bounty, and you start the game, it's like, oh my god, it's Rus, I have to do this thing in the early game. Besides all the things that I need to do for my build order or whatever, I need to kill the deer, the wolf, whatever. I even need to go for a second scout, otherwise I won't be getting much sheep because I need to stop every time I find a deer. So my sheep number is just gonna be really low, and you don't get any benefit from this. You're just denying the benefit of the Rus for getting more gold. Like he started getting wheelbarrow by killing deer. Like that's how like I don't know if broken, but I feel like this needs to be reworked, and I think the devs know about this. I think it's just gonna be really. It's gonna be very interesting to see where the Rus changes now, and I'm really curious to see what is the new thing that is coming up for them. Obviously, we will need to wait for a bigger update. This update was really small, to be honest. There's not much going on except for a few changes, but you know, we will see. We will see. Meanwhile, Holy Roman Empire against the Rus in this match. It's gonna be really interesting. This is a kind of map that give you a lot of room for being really aggressive and being all in a way that, especially with the marching drills, you can arrive to your opponent base really quickly. But I think it's gonna be really hard with the Rus. Look at that, suffering from success. Don't have space to gather the sheep. Meanwhile, the Rus, with a little bit of gold lacking. Will he have to go for mining the gold? I think he just needs to kill no, the sheep doesn't give gold. What I'm talking about, that only gives bounty. Oh, that was close. That was close. Getting too close to the fire. You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose the scout here. There's so much sheep here, and there you go. Downfall reaches the desired goal to ASAP. It's gonna be a late ASAP for him, especially with the Holy Roman Empire. Aging with 4 villagers. That's 8 villagers. That's a guy who's in a hurry. He's in a hurry. Meanwhile, the Kremlin, it's like, oh my god, I need to age up now. Let's see if we will see the Holy Roman player just fighting a little bit in the feudal age. This house hurts. You could have put a farm here. Oh my god, the Icon Chapel, man. But I think worse. I remember there was a guy on Reddit that put some military buildings around the Icon Chapel. And it was amazing. It was amazing. There was another game cast by KP. I hope you know KP because he's a really great caster. Killer Pigeon. You can find him on YouTube. And there's a game that when he casts low elo legends, you know, low level players, and the guy put the H3 landmark, the hunting house, hunting house. I think it is. That's the name. I completely forget the name now. And that lumber is supposed to give you gold for every tree around it. And he put it in a way that I don't know how he made it. Like it's like he put it here and he didn't gather any wood, but there wasn't even these random trees around. So the number of trees that he got from the high trade house, there you go, high trade house, was zero. So it was 0 gold. 0 gold there. That was amazing to witness. I love those casts from KP, from the low elo legends. I love it. I love it. We're gonna see some archer action here. It's like Scout taking a look. Hey, what are you doing, brother? What are you doing? Meanwhile, Guming will need to go for a long distance wander here because he just has the Kremlin here. He needs to go all the way around here. It's kind of like when you wanna drive somewhere and it's like the road is blocked and you need to have a super long way to arrive. And then you need to explain to your boss like, hey, I couldn't make it, you know, like it was a terrible accident happened and it's like I just couldn't take the shortcut, and this guy just needs to explain to the boss why he didn't kill any villager when there wasn't any units around. Because the Kremlin is here, and the Kremlin has crazy range. Crazy range. Militia are right here. Let's take a look at that Kremlin range. We're gonna see it in the caster mode, right? Yeah, we're gonna see it. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. I don't know why, but it's very wild. More archers coming for Guming. Finally, some characters that I can read. Like, I'm sure you know this one. Ming is from the Ming Dynasty you see in the... with the Chinese. Usually means tomorrow or like future, something related to the future. Something like that. And Guming doesn't mean anything. It's just a sound. It's just the sound of it. It's just like Coca-Cola. It's like Coke. Blacksmith coming up for Guming. Finally, we're having some feudal age action here for the Holy Roman Empire. It's very interesting to see like how the Holy Roman Empire went from going to castle really fast. Oh, Knight's gonna get a kill here. There you go, first villager goes down. Spearman just chasing forever the Scout and Knight duo. Meanwhile, more Spearman coming up for Guming. And I wonder where are the points where he can attack now. Town center definitely is a target point. It can pretty much guarantee your winning condition if you take down his second town center very early on. Are you gonna have to go all the way here? And there is militia out there as well, so you're gonna be careful. You also need some walls to defend from the Rus Knights, so it's never a good time when your opponent is a Knight Sith and you are attacking, and you also need to protect your resources. A lot of things happening here. A lot of things going on. This guy's just showing up how good the legs days were. These guys are really fast. It's just such an interesting position here where you're not only safe by the Kremlin, you are safe by having a natural wall here from the cliff where you can't just deep dive from here. You have to go all the way from the back. It's just so annoying. So annoying. The Rus are ready with 3 villager kills, and there is no walls for Guming. Well, downfall. I never know when I should call them for the name or for the civilization. Oh my god, that's That's a nice kill. It's a nice kill. Managed to get only one. Meanwhile, Holy Roman already losing 5 villagers. 5 villagers. The thing that is helping him to not really fall so much behind is the fact that he has the Akon Chapel. Already have an outpost here. We need placements. So let's see what's his plan. Is he planning to fight more in the Fiddle Age? This is gonna be really hard for him. Meanwhile, the Rus getting more archers. I wonder what is Downfall's vision. He does see the whole army from here. So it's not a problem for him to see when are these archers coming. He's gotta be careful. Plus one range attack coming up for him, which is really good. Meanwhile, Holy Roman player already researching siege engineering. He's already determined. He has a determined phase where it's like, I'm gonna take down this town center. The problem is you have the Kremlin here. Can have up to 3 tickets. So, I mean, it's just gonna be really hard for push into the Rus base. So, let's see if he does have the numbers. He does have quite a lot of archers. He has the upgrades. He just needs a little bit of faith and a little bit of luck, and just play his cards right. He has got a few man at arms here and there just to tank the damage. The battering ram is just coming in a very long distance. you can see it coming here. Like, everyone sees you. Everyone sees you. That's the beauty of. Is this the Kremlin vision? I don't think so, right? Is it this? This should be the town center. It looks like they are like more far, but because of the cliff, but they're actually very close to each other. Rams gonna be like, no, not now. Okay, now it's the time. And this is an army. Let me tell you, if the Downfall saves this town center, I'm gonna be really surprised. I don't think this one is gonna. This one is not gonna stay there for a long time. There you go. It's already down. And looks like here, now that we are here, might as well take down the Kremlin. Or he's like, never mind, I'm going back home. Oh, for the Kremlin you need another one. For the Kremlin you need another one. Yes, of course you do. Meanwhile, Downfall, why is he having so little army compared to the Holy Roman Empire? He's having quite a decent food income. It's just the knights are just so expensive. And now he's going for it. First, take down the wood camp to show sign of superiority. Send a message to your opponent that you mean business. You take down the lumber camp. You mean business. Early man at arms running like there was no tomorrow. And the Kremlin, still plenty of HP. There's quite a lot of units here. Meanwhile, Gulmin just sending more and more archers. I mean, very decent amount of archers. Now he's gonna target the villagers. Never mind, he's like, I have plenty of archers, I'm just gonna target the knights. Kremlin with half HP. And Downfall calls a militia. It's only one of them. Dies instantly. Meanwhile, military numbers for Gulmin looking really solid at the moment. And with the Kremlin down, that's a tough situation. That's a tough situation. That was your last bastion of defense. Knight is just gonna get wrecked. There's 5 spearmen out there. Meanwhile, archer numbers looking really good for the Holy Roman Empire. And now he's just pushing. Let's take a look at Gulmin's vision. He's having the time of his life. He's just pushing more and more units. Also, he's having the farm transition around his Akon Chapel. More spearman here. Actually, taking down production buildings. Knights out. But the archer numbers are just not good enough for Downfall. He won't be able to protect this. Battering rams still alive, and there is no one to contest them. And it's just a really tough situation for him. He has more production in the back. He built a market just to trade some resources. And Gumin are already taking down quite a few villagers already. But still, not quite ahead economically. He just needs to defend this somehow. Not really sure how, but under the town center, all these units should die, right? I mean, you're back to 15 archers. Technically, you cannot kill me now with 15 archers. Like, that was heavy damage for sure. But there's nothing in your army that can actually kill me right now. I mean, just deal with the 2 battering rams and that's it, right? That was a very, very scary push. Very scary push. And more units coming for him. I mean, he only has 1 landmark left. At this point, I may be tempted to just grab all the villagers, burn the town center. I mean, there's no units from Downfall, so I think he won't be able to protect the town center if you call all the units. That's something I always forget to do. It's like, when I want to finish a game, I try to do it the most honorable way possible. And there's never in my mind the situation where I can call all the villagers to just burn the town center. But this is one of those. Like, this is one of those situations. I mean, obviously it's a high risk to burn the town center because you get the risk of, if you fail for whatever reason, like you lose the game and you were winning. But it also increases your chance of winning the game early on. 4 battering rams should be doing a really good job. There's plenty of villagers for Downfall. Despite all of this, he didn't lose that many villagers. Only 10. And there's just more archers coming for Gumi. Downfall just stepping back for a moment. Gumi is like, you know what? I'm gonna secure the kill. I'm just gonna go right with 5 battering rams. There's nothing you can do about it. And come on. Just call the villagers. He's not calling them, right? He's not. He just transitioned in. More lumber camps. Dead. And remember, you cannot stay too long in the town center. It does quite a lot of damage. And now the battering rams. Come on. Stop burning the lumber camps. Go to the town center. Number of knights is starting to get really scary now. I mean, if you deal with these spears, you can manually target those spears with the town center. There's only 8 of them. You can potentially come back from this with those knights. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's targeting all the spearmans. Town center, 3/4 of the HP. The Rus under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Villagers trying to repair the town center, but 4 rams. No one is defending the rams. Rams will go down eventually. First ram going down. You cannot let these knights kill the rams. Rams still alive. Where are the spears? Where are the spears for Gumi? And the town center is still alive. Amazing. Amazing. Amazing defense by the Rus. I'm sure this guy is sweating behind the keyboard. And all that for just killing 2 villagers. There's plenty of gold for Gumi. Just needs to go Castle Age. upgrade the units. That's all you need to do. Or send some man-at-arms or whatever. Or just go for a burger. I think you deserve a burger here. Meanwhile, Downfall. Still ahead on the villager count despite everything. Not everything is lost. There's quite a bit of idle time, but still a room for him to come back into the game. Definitely. Wooden Fortress. Up for Downfall now. Scout finally going down. He was checking what Guming was doing the whole time. Fortified outpost. And Regnis Cathedral coming soon with 24 workers. Oh man, I really thought this game was gonna finish in the Feudal Age. I was wrong. I was really wrong. And Regnis Cathedral out there for Guming. Gonna get those upgrades. Veterancy for archers, veterancy for spearmen. Man-at-arms. Everyone's veteran. Everyone deserves to be veteran. It's not like one of those transitions to Fast Castle where you just get veteran units with no fighting experience. Everyone here already have some experience on the battlefield. Meanwhile, Downfall. Despite being behind, he still can think about going castle. Can think about harassing his opponent. He has plenty of knights. He can come around here. There's plenty of room for him to harass. He just needs to avoid the spears at all cost. And I think Guming, as soon as he gets the veterancy, he's just going directly into Downfall's town center, which is not even full HP. Now veterancy coming for all those units. Springling placement coming somewhere in this map. I'm not exactly sure where. Relics are being captured. Looks like Guming is gonna slow down for the moment. You know what? I was a little bit, you know, I wanted to rush things a little bit, but you know what? I'm just gonna get my relics. I'm gonna focus on my eco, and then I'm gonna fight again. Meanwhile, there is plenty of knights around his base, so there's not much he can do. Meanwhile, man-at-arms. I would love to see man-at-arms upgrade. The heavy maces, they do quite good against knights, to be honest. They do quite good. That's a huge charge, man. That's a huge charge. Downfall, knowing what Vengeance feels like. Taking down a lot of villagers. I think it was only one. I don't know. I don't know. These guys have textiles? No textiles. I'm sure there are more than one here. Meanwhile, veterancy coming for those knights as well as the archers. Downfall still alive. Still alive. Is he thinking about building the Kremlin again? I don't know. He's losing a lot of militia. Siege Workshop out there for him. Is there a way where Downfall actually wins this fight? I mean, technically, economically, he's not that behind. Guming is getting all the relics. The problem is a military count. Like, his defenses are not that strong, so that if Guming decides to push with the army he has now, go directly to this town center, it's like, man, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a really tough one, because now in the Castle Age, those units are way more tanky. He doesn't have the +2 range armor, but you know, still, town center is not as scary anymore. And there you go. It's like battering rams are for losers. I'm just gonna go there with my spears. It's like completely ignore the town center. Just, you know what? I'm just going with this. I don't need to kill the town center. If I kill your army, there's no way for you where you can just go back. Come back from this one. Mangonel out, and it looks like it's gonna be a life-changing experience for Downfall. Meanwhile, taking one the last relic of the game. Wololo, defensive Wololo. Mangonel is still alive, managed to defend some units. Meanwhile, Mangonel is still alive. Amazing defense by Downfall, but he taps out. Oh, there's no more units for him. That was a nice game. I enjoy it a lot. Hopefully you do, and I see you in the next one.